And good morning, everybody. Welcome back to NeelyFX. My name is Michael Neely, and this is the channel where I talk about foreign exchange trading, and making money trading foreign exchange. Let's see. Let's go ahead and I want to turn on my light. There we go. Let's go ahead and get into the risk disclaimer screen, since we will be talking about trading, and since I live in the United States, this is what I think I've got to do by law. This channel is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Does not constitute trading or financial advice. I'm a professional trader, not a broker, trading my own capital. I do not solicit funds, manage client accounts, nor do I hold CFTC or NFA registration right now. I have in the past held NFA registration. Foreign exchange trading is highly speculative with a high risk of losing some or all of your investment capital. Only trade with funds you can comfortably afford to lose. The CFTC risk disclosure, Forex trading carries a high degree of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. The high degree of leverage can work with you as well as can work for you as well as against you. So if you're new here, then what I do here is kind of serving as my daily trading diary, if you will. And we'll be getting into some more technical things a little bit later. First, let's not jump right into that one yet. Let's go into here. Let's see what happened overnight. So, we have a lot of stuff going on here. In the euro, we have starting to have some breakouts to the downside, but not really anything that'll indicate a roaring market. I'm kind of reevaluating my strategy these days. I've had a trendline strategy, which is fine on the 4-hour and everything. Works great with futures. However, with Forex, it's a little bit not meeting my expectations because because it's not working. So we're not going to get into that. What we are going to look at is possibly a new strategy containing Bollinger Bands, like here. That's a 20 and a 50 Bollinger Band, and you can kind of see what's going on with the dollar versus the Canadian right there. And I'm a little bit leery of that trade. I'm watching it, and it's not the setup that I thought it was. So it's looking more like a reversal setup to me now, instead of a straight on run with the bulls market. With NFPs coming out tomorrow, that's something else we also need to consider for today, is what's happening in the markets today. So what kind of catalysts could we be looking at 8:15? We've got the ADP non-employment change, which tends to show what's going to happen with NFPs. It's kind of gives it away sometimes. So we'll see what happens with that. Not sure myself, so we'll skip it on that right now. Again, our job is not to predict the future, it's to make money in the markets. And some will say that predicting the future is how you make money in the markets. I'm not so sure about that. But we have 3 candles here. That's 12 hours of not going anywhere with the dollar versus the euro. Not really jumping in on that. We've got a high here at 116.76. This is a really tight range right here. I'm not going to jump in on that, although it does look like it's kind of hitting that bottom trend line and then running back up again. Dollar versus the yen. This has been a tricky one lately. It's kind of all over the place. I was, again, expecting it to break out to 150. It did not. Instead, it pulled back. That's what we call a double top right there, by the way. So I'm not sure if this is on the minor scale, if that's going to hold or if it's going to break out above it. It might end up being a triple top. You never can tell. And then head back down again. But we're looking at 50 pips between the difference. Not enough to jump into. Pound versus the dollar, again. Starting to flatten out a little bit before NFPs. So everyone's going to sit back and wait and see what's going to happen with NFPs. Pound versus the yen. It's got a correlation, non-correlating pair that has nothing to do with NFPs. So we'll see how it's going to run. And it's kind of not hanging out doing much of anything anyway. That's about 50 pips right there. But again, this is a very tight range. It's a very tight market right now, so it's nothing really for me to get into on the fly like I usually do. We're also going to consider our trades a lot more carefully than I have been. In essence, seems like I've been throwing money against a wall to see what happens, and Well, it's not how you profitably trade, as I have shown. So we're not going to get into that. Oh, yeah, actually, we are going to get into that, but I need accountability too. Dollar versus the Canadian is right here. Now, this is the one I was saying this is going to break out. About right here. What I did not see was all this resistance back here. Well, it's support, pardon me, support right here. And support turns into resistance at certain levels. Because back here it was resistance, back here it's support. And then, so this is a key area right here at 134, 138.20. Probably go up to 138.30 for a breakout trade, and even then. And really, there's so many minor support and resistance areas. It's kind of, if the market's not trending, then you can't really do anything with it. Although it does look like it's trending right there. I would look for a turn candle. Again, I wouldn't trade this unless I've got some more time to sit in front of the office today. But I have a day job to go to, so that's going to limit how I trade and how much I trade. Because these platforms that I'm trading on here are not compatible with your phone. They can lock up and start pulling down memory from your entire machine as it locks up my 500 gig machine that I've got here. And sometimes these screens will lock up. So I probably should log out every time too. But I don't see this one perhaps going anywhere. I do see it perhaps coming down here. 138 is a psychological number. If I were to do anything, I would come in right here with a sell stop at 137.79, 70. I'm not checking my position sizes. 139.94 stop loss. 138.45 to 50 pips, then 100 pips on the run. Although it is not doing that right now. I'm trade what you see. I'm breaking that rule because it is looks like it's going to go higher. Yeah, that's 15 pips right there. I'll be looking at 47, 62. Again, I'd have to take a step back. Take a look at the daily trade and see what's going to go. Have it work out. Very interesting trade on that. So I'm watching this leg. I'm watching this leg. A lot more resistance on that one. And the trade already went on this account, and I took it out. Let's see what this one looks like in the Bollinger Bands, and it is looking like it might be a bullish market. It kind of broke out of that pivot point range right there. So these are so 30 would be the place to come in. These are fractals. So where the markets, I think 32 might be a decent entry point or reversal point. I'm just not pleased with what I'm seeing here, because I see tightening of the 50 pound or the 50s, and there's not really a whole lot of momentum on this, so I don't see these bands widening a whole lot. They're just kind of the same as they were back here. I don't have a widening effect like I do here. There's a larger volume sell-off, so I'm going to stay out since I can't decide if this is a high priority trade or not, or a high probability trade or not. We're going to leave it alone. We're also going to be watching Bollinger Bands a lot more. We'll start getting more into the most profitable, what do you call it? Programmed trader or programmed MT4. What do you call it? expert advisor, that's the word I'm looking for, that I've ever built. I built it, as a matter of fact, it's right here, is a 2 MA with MACD. Yeah, I think it was 2 MA with MACD, and it worked great for a little while until it didn't. Until the tariffs started rolling out, and that's when they started going a little bit more. As you see, I've also built some proprietary trading, some prop trading doohickeys, also expert advisors. So might be kind of leaning back towards that, because it's still a baffling kind of thing with me. So I don't have it all down yet, and also I may want to consider some Bollinger Band trading concepts too, because that seems to be the way a lot of traders trade with Bollinger Bands, to decide if there's a trend or not that's worth getting into, and identifying market types. Now that is also something that I have not been doing, is deciding, is this market trending, is it bull market, bear market, what's going on with it. And then deciding on the trading strategy, because trading strategies change with different market environments. So with that, I've got some more research to do. So I also have to go to work, to go to my day job, because day jobs are cool. I do like MACD kind of right there, but it's just not showing me the what I want to see right now. It might after the news events from today, but that might be the catalyst to get it take off today. But right now we're kind of in between the London and the New York sessions, and this is the settling down point. Everybody kind of sits back and looks at their playing cards to see what they're going to do next. But oh well, I am going to stop there. You guys have a great one. Take it easy, and I will be back with some more info later, and we'll go from there. Have a good one. If you like this video, then be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll have more videos coming out daily, because this is also my trading journal. And I also like to hear myself hear my thoughts as I talk out my thoughts. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. You guys have a good one, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.